Mary had a little lamb.
We believe that all men are created
equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me. Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
On this very floor in January, the whole world witnessed a historic contest for House Speaker. I rise today to serve notice. Mr. Speaker, you are out of compliance with the agreement that allowed you to assume this role.
Oh, my God.
The path forward for the House of Representatives is to either bring you into immediate total compliance or remove you pursuant to a motion to vacate the chair. We have had no vote on term limits or on balanced budgets as the agreement demanded and required. There's been no full release of the January 6 tapes as you promised. There has been insufficient accountability for the Biden crime family. And instead of cutting spending to raise the debt limit, you relied on budgetary gimmicks and rescissions so that you ultimately ended up serving as the valet to underwrite Biden's debt and advance his spending agenda. Mr. Speaker, you boasted in January that we would use the power of the subpoena and the power of the purse. But here we are, 8 months later, and we haven't even sent the first subpoena to Hunter Biden. That's how you know that the rushed and somewhat rattled performance you just saw from the Speaker isn't real. At this point, during Democrat control over the House of Representatives, they had already brought in Don Jr. 3 times. And we haven't even sent the first subpoena to Hunter Biden. Power of the subpoena and power of the purse. Only thing the 118th Congress is known for at this point is electing Kevin McCarthy Speaker and underwriting Biden's debt. And unfortunately, there's only one of those things we can remediate at this time.
Wow. So Matt Gaetz is actually in charge of the House of Representatives. This leadership thing, the Speaker sign that's over Kevin McCarthy's office, it's just for show. It's not real. It means nothing. He has absolutely no power without Matt Gaetz, without Marjorie Taylor Greene, without Andy Biggs, without those 5 freedom crackers actually not cracking his back. He has nothing. It's such a quid pro quo, and they just said it like Matt Gaetz actually said it like right there. I mean, it's easier to see than his Venmo account. Okay, it's like unbelievably recorded now for posterity that Kevin McCarthy was forced today to open up an impeachment inquiry into. I don't know. I'm guessing the president of the United States, because you can't impeach Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is a private citizen, right? So I'm guessing that this is the impeachment proceeding that they have a quid pro quo for with Kevin McCarthy, meaning we won't remove you, and all it takes is 6 of us to do it, right? We won't remove you if you give us our distraction, if you give us our kangaroo court. If you give us our bogus impeachment inquiry, if you give it to us, then we won't introduce a bill to remove you from the speakership. I mean, what? Kevin, you better deal with your caucus. The crackers are out of control.
The months that we were gone and the weeks, House Republicans have uncovered serious and credible allegations into President Biden's conduct.
Oh, my God.
Taken together, these allegations paint a picture of a culture of corruption.
Oh, my God.
Now, here's what we know so far.
Okay.
Through our investigations, we have found that President Biden did lie to the American people about his own knowledge of his family's foreign business dealings. Eyewitnesses have testified that the president joined on multiple phone calls and had multiple interactions. Dinners resulted in cars and millions of dollars into his sons and his son's business partners. We know that bank records show that nearly $20 million in payments were directed to the Biden family members and associates through various shell companies.
What?
The Treasury Department alone has more than 150 transactions involving the Biden family and other business associates that were flagged as suspicious activity by U.S. banks. Even a trusted FBI informant has alleged a bribe to the Biden family.
What?
Biden used his official office to coordinate with Hunter Biden's business partners about Hunter's role in Burisma, a Ukrainian energy company. Despite these serious allegations, it appears that the president's family has been offered special treatment by Biden's own administration.
What?
Treatment that not otherwise would have received if they were not related to the president. These are allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption, and they warrant further investigation by the House of Representatives. That's why today I am directing our House committee to open a formal impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden.
Oh, it is Joe Biden they're investigating because, in a minute I thought that they were going to, start looking in hell for a fire or something like that. That sounds really bad. That really does sound very, very, very bad, except none of it is true. See, this is the problem that Kevin McCarthy has. And you know why there's no vote on whether or not to open up an impeachment inquiry? Because they don't have enough votes to open up an impeachment inquiry, and they, the Republicans, have a majority in the House. So there won't be a vote to open up an impeachment because he couldn't possibly find enough Republican votes to actually open up an impeachment inquiry. You know why? Because everything he said there has been debunked. None of it is true. Listen, they had 12, they still do. They have 12,000 pages of subpoenaed bank records. They have that. They also have 2,000 pages of the SARS reports, suspicious activity reports. They spent hours and hours interviewing witnesses, including 2 of Hunter Biden's former business associates, and none of them have connected any of Hunter Biden's, behavior, whether you think working for Burisma was good or bad, or you have no opinion. No one cares, but there's nothing to connect anything Hunter Biden ever did to Joe Biden's presidency or to Joe Biden. Now, yesterday I was telling you that impeachments usually confine themselves to bad behavior during your term of office, okay? But not in this case. I mean, they want to go back to, before Joe Biden was president of the United States. And I don't even know what that gets them. Where does that get them? That gets them absolutely nothing. There is nothing there. But I want you to understand how this works. I'm just going to jog your memory real quick. Benghazi! There. I'm done. Did they ever find anything that Hillary did that was somehow criminal, impeachable, disqualifying for her run for? No, they never did. They double teamed her. They did not just Benghazi. Then they started an email investigation about, she had servers in her house, and she actually was sending emails to Huma Abedin or something that had a little C on top of them that maybe meant that they should be or were, retroactively classified after she sent them, and this was somehow evidence of something. What they never said, but it was evidence of something bad, evidence of something that sounded bad at least, and they were going to say it over and over again. And then they started with the lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. All of it produced absolutely nothing actionable, nothing criminal, nothing felonious, nothing. And here you have a president, a past president, Donald Trump, who has been indicted 4 times in 4 different, jurisdictions. He's got 91 felony charges against him. Okay, and some of the charges include violating our national security with documents. Oh, and don't get me started on his kids and national security. Remember, the national security apparatus, the community, the 16 intelligence organizations we have in this country trying to keep us safe, all said, do not give security clearances to Jared or to Ivanka or to Junior or Eric or any of them. They owe so much money, you can't trust them. Oh. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.